Hey there guys, what's going on? I'm Arrow in the Knee, and today we're doing another one of our card discussions, and today we're going to be talking about the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Or as I like to call it, Red Eyes Metal Black Flare. I literally can never remember its name. Just like Red Eyes Metal Black Dragon, I still don't know the name of that. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this card, who and a lot of people also thought would be the money card of Clash of Rebellions, but has actually dropped quite a lot in price, since it is a secret rare, an ultimate rare, and a ghost rare. So very easy to find in terms of a secret rare. So we're not really here to talk about the price points. We're here to talk about the card itself. Although price points are very, very interesting to see how many people will use the card, which I think is not that many. But then again, it's got to be a few people who want it, right? Okay, so we're going to look at the effect of this card before we go any further. So, we've got 2 level 7 monsters. It is an Exceed monster, so you need 2 level 7 monsters, which is actually not as hard as you think it might be. Tracosac was the thing, but then again, so were Dragon Rulers. So, cannot be destroyed by card effects while as an Exceed material monster. Pretty damn good, especially seeing as it has 2800 attack. Very hard to get over that, so that's good. Sorry, I'm trying to read this. Each time your opponent activates a card effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. The rest of the effect is a completely different thing that most people aren't going to use to do with Red Eyes. And if you're going to build that deck, you'll know it, but we're not talking about the actual deck, we're talking about the card in general stuff. So the thing that matters is whenever your opponent activates a card effect, then they take 500 damage. Now that is pretty insane in itself, because when we think about a lot of decks out there are combo decks now. If you think of your Necros decks, we have, what do we got? That's a lot of effects going. You think of Stellar Knights, we've got a monster being summoned, an effect going, then special summoning, an effect going into an Exceed, effect going. That's like 3 effects. Lot of stuff to get around this guy. A lot of people will say there is a lot of removal to get rid of it, and there is a lot of removal. There's Castell, there's 101, but to get these cards out, it usually takes a lot of effects. So, I mean, if you can get a direct attack with this guy in for 2800, you have a massive chance of winning the game. Now, being an old school Yu-Gi-Oh player, and, well, I started playing in, oh god, when did I start playing? About 2003 and 4. So I remember a lot of old cards. Now, I've been thinking of doing this specifically. I'm not usually going to bring combos into these specifics and go, oh, there's an awesome new combo. I really think that, excuse me, this card would go great with Chain Energy. Now, what is Chain Energy? This is a MRL spell. It says that beginning 1. That is the reprint, guys. Each player must pay 500 life points per card to normal summon, special summon, set or activate cards from his or her respective. So to play a card, it costs 500 life points. Now, when we went back to Red Eyes Flare, we're kind of like, okay, 500. Oh, that's not. I can deal with that. 500, 1500. To get rid of it. When you get to a Red Eyes and a Flare on the field at the same time, you have a huge problem. When you're playing Stellar Knights, you're like, uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Especially when, you don't really have outs and you just want to set back rows and you're like, shit, that cost me 500. Now, the reason I say this, and people are like, why would I run Chain Energy? Why wouldn't I just get 2 of these out? I'd say that's because it's very hard to get 2 of these out. I mean, that's a lot of level 7s. Now, a lot of people are running Harpies to get this guy out really quick. They actually got a huge amount of support recently with the new Harpy, the Harpy Lady that searches a new Harpy Lady every turn, which is actually insane. I think it'll go great with this deck. But being able to summon this guy and then play a Chain Energy out of your hand, it's basically free. Just pop it out. It's basically game over for you. It's at least going to be a real tough grind. I mean, you got to think with that. Let's call it a pseudo lock, because a lot of cards your opponent won't be able to play. A lot of combos your opponent won't be able to play. The Regekis are dead, of course, because this guy doesn't die by battle, by card effect, sorry. And a lot of their removal for this guy will cost a lot of life. And I think that's what it'll be. It'll be maybe a fatigue kind of, just wearing them down. They're like, oh, I've got to get rid of this guy. And then they're like, and they're down to maybe 3,500 life points. And all you've put into this is, what was that, 3 cards to the combo, which is, let's say, Harpy Dancer plus card gone, and then you special. And they usually get something off that anyway. That's my idea of getting this guy out and making the deck around it. I'm sure there's other ways. I mean, it's never been insanely hard to get level 7 exceeds. So that's the thing. Also, that deck allows you to run Dracosac. Very good card. I really enjoy the card. It's very cool. But the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon combo with Chain Energy, I'm going to give you another look at it again. I mean, God, just imagine playing 2 of these in that Red Eyes. I would hazard a guess that maybe it's like actually a really good idea. And I might start testing that deck out because on paper it seems really strong. Sometimes your opponent just literally will not be able to do a thing. And that's the best. Sometimes they won't be able to do a thing. They'll just be setting back cards and taking 1,000 for each activated. It's pretty insane. So, honestly, one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this was that combo itself. But this card in itself, when you think of a card, you're like, okay, what's this? And you read it and you go, can I be destroyed by card effects? Basically, while it has exceeds, you won't be detaching those exceeds anyway. So, can't be destroyed by card effects, and it's 2,800, and you're like, not bad, not bad. Anything else is like, if they play a card that costs them 500 life, you're like, oh god, that's kind of like icing on the cake, because this guy will stay there, unless they've got a combo going, they take a load of life point damage, and then you wail on them. And hey, god, sometimes your opponent just can't deal with it. Sometimes they just got nothing. Sometimes they just got a bunch of junky traps they got to set. So yeah, I mean, the price point of this was huge, and now it's, what would it, about $25 now? Which means some people are buying it. It's not like it's gone and crashed. Because there are 3 rarities, and I know I wasn't going to talk about money in these videos too much, but it at least makes me think people believe in this card. I mean, if you actually think about it, compared to Eccentric, which is about $40-ish, I'm not 100% on that, but about $40-ish, and this came out in 3 different rarities. This has kind of kept value much better. So, hey, it's a trading card game. I guess we got to talk about value sometimes. But this card in itself, I think, is really strong. I think there's going to be some abuse combos, some absolute insane abuse, and I think Harpies are going to be one of them. I'm not sure about the rest. I'm probably going to go test Harpies soon and see if I can do the chain material. Because I'll probably run 3 chain energy. Sorry, probably run 3 chain energy and maybe a couple of Red Eyes Flare in the extra deck and just see what happens. Because I think it'll be a really horrible deck. Maybe game 2 and 3 it won't do too well. Maybe the side decks will crush it a little bit. I'm not sure, but Harpy's pretty strong anyway. So yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave this here because I don't think there's too much to say about Red Eyes Metal Flare. I mean, usually I'd go through all the decks it'd be good against and bad against, but honestly, all decks have to play cards. And if you can get this guy out, most decks will have a problem getting rid of him. Some less than others. I mean, Shaddoll's would be kind of happy to have a Exceed staring down the face. But, you know, it's all relative, basically. They're still going to be paying, like, you're still achieving the goal that you were setting out. Although Shaddoll's kind of does suck there. But yeah, I'd usually talk about this again in certain decks and whatever. But this kind of, because it's a level 7 Exceed, it's very hard to get out. You can't really talk about that too much. I mean, I can only think of Harpies that can consistently get this out and not be crap. So that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. So, yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave this here. if you guys want to try out the combo, remember it is Chain Energy and the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon together. Run it in Harpies, really strong. If you guys like this video, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Helps me get up those YouTube rankings. Click the subscribe button. See more stuff like this and comment. Tell me what you want to see next. Tell me what you think about this card. Because, hey, I want to hear from you. I want to actually get smart and be smarter at this game. Think, that's a good thing. Oh, that's a good combo. Thank you for telling me that. So, yeah, I will see you next time for more of my... talking about cards, and maybe I'll play some games. Who knows? Maybe I'll even make that deck next time. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.